Nothing fancy in my favorite knife clinic area, i.e. in the Great Rocky Mountains. It's a beautiful summer evening. I've been showing some blades, making videos. You've probably seen some already. This is a cold steel 12-inch Bowie machete. Why did I bring this up here? Well, because I want to demonstrate something about survival knives, and I've talked to it in some of my other videos, and that's the importance of blade thickness in a survival knife. Machetes, just by the virtue of their design, are very thin, and therefore, in my experience, they're not going to be super great at batoning through wood, and that's one of my major tasks that I do in the wilderness. And again, you may collect your firewood from the ground. However, the longer you're in the great outdoors, the more you're going to realize that the dry wood is always on the inside, and in order to get to that dry wood, you're going to have to fall some standing dead trees and split the wood to get to the dry. Now, it's a nice summer evening here and it's not raining, but at times where I'm at right here, it's going to be raining and snowing a lot, and it's going to be very important for you to have those skills and the proper tools to access that dry wood. Now, this is not the best example because there's some rot in this wood, but I'm not going to go traipsing all over the woods looking for the perfect sample, sorry. And it's good enough to show you. So this is going to be cutting performance of the cold steel 12-inch Bowie machete. Now also, you may have seen my video talking about the reprofiling of my blades. This is a good example of that, how I had to have it reground. This did not come from cold steel like that. In fact, the edge that comes from cold steel is pretty much garbage, and it needs a lot of work. I had my sharpener, Razor's Edge, in Salt Lake City, where I often work with my job. He does it there, and he did a great job on this. And he backed that relief cut out on the cold steel machete right along through here, and that way we can go down to a 20-degree cutting edge on the actual cutting edge here. This would be the relief cut, and that's the cutting edge down here. And the reason why, if you wonder what I'm talking about, look at my blade grind video, and I explain the importance of that. If we have too abrupt of an angle, it just is not very sharp. The reason razors are sharp is because they have a very shallow angle, edge termination, and that makes it cut better. And the same holds true for my knives. Is I want a shallower angle, and this one has about a 20-degree on it, I believe. And it's razor sharp. I mean, it's very sharp. The only disadvantage, of course, again, is the thickness of the blade. There's no really wedge quality to the blade. So let's see how this knife batons. And I'm not going to do a lot, just enough to demonstrate. The advantage of this is very lightweight, since it's not very thick, it's not very heavy to carry into the woods, and it has a great defensive reach, so it doubles as a very nice defensive blade. That 12-inch reach, very nice. And it's extremely affordable. This is only like a $20 blade. Now, to be honest, the batoning tasks I'm asking this blade to do right now are not very difficult because a lot of this wood is already processed. Notice I'm trying to hit it on the spine and stay away from my sharpened false edge if I can, so I can preserve that. The reason I'm saying I don't want to go cut another piece of wood. That's why it's a lot of work. So let me try this one. This is a small log. And again, we see the importance of having that length of the blade, how cool that is, because we got a lot of real estate to bang on. Wind's kicking up again. You know what I forgot to do is spray this with WD-40. That will help. And let me come here where you can actually see what I'm doing. Hopefully, let me angle up just a bit. There we go. I'm going to have to hit that false edge here. Actually, it's doing better than I thought it would. But again, this is some fairly soft wood I'm batoning. It's not super hard. A good test would be against some cherry wood, maybe oak. Not too bad, actually. Better than I thought. For $20, oh my gosh. Everybody that's watching this should own one of these. Very nice. Very nice. Alright, so there you have a demonstration of the batoning capability of a cold steel 12-inch Bowie with a regrind on it. Pretty impressive blade if you ask me, for $20. Now granted, it's going to cost you a little bit more to reprofile it, and granted, I don't think it's a very useful blade until it is reprofiled. By the way, I have a separate review video on this if you want to look it up. Just look for my cold steel videos. And also, let me just talk to Cold Steel. If you're watching this, good job, Lynn Thompson, for providing blades like this that are affordable and are functional. What other, and I know a lot of guys blast Lynn, but what other manufacturer provides blades for $20 that can do what we just did? And that also double as a very, excuse me, as a very effective defensive blade? Not many. So yes, I am a Cold Steel fan, as well as many other fans of a lot of different manufacturers. That's a Cold Steel 12-inch Bowie, out.